Speak, pup.
Hello again and welcome to Story. Today we are going to be going over Sonya, the Wandering Barbarian. Feel free to read her backstory. We'll take a look at her character model. As you can see, she's a Diablo character. And yeah, the Barbarians are one of the playable races. I like them. They're fun. I don't quite agree with the basic abilities they chose. There are kind of a couple other ones that I would have loved to have seen, but yeah. Her trait is Fury. She generates Fury by dealing and taking damage. She uses Fury for abilities, and using her abilities will give her bonus movement speed. Now, she has her Ancient Spear.
I tire of waiting. Let us coat our blades in the blood of the enemy.
Ancient Spear. Throwing a spear, you pull yourself to the first enemy hit, stunning and dealing damage. Seismic Slam. Deal a large amount of damage to an enemy and reduce the amount of, and a reduced amount to the enemies behind them. And Whirlwind. Damage nearby enemies and heal for a percentage of the damage dealt. Her ultimate abilities are Leap. Jump on enemies to stun and damage them. And Wrath of the Berserker. Gain increased damage and disable effects have reduced effect against you. I'm totally not tongue-tied today.
I tire of waiting. Let us coat our blades in the blood of the enemy.
This is her Wandering Barbarian skin and variations. Master skin, again, variations. And her Wrath skin and variations. I'm going to go with the Wrath third variation. I like the red on black. That's not a bad skin either with this one, the red on black, although could use a little more red. So, let's go ahead and get into this.
Choose a talent.
Okay.
Of course.
As you can see, Ancient Spear has no cost. In fact, it generates 20 Fury, whereas Seismic Slam and Whirlwind both have a cost. Let's go ahead and toggle minions so that we can work on that.
Make way.
So, as you can see, I go to my enemy.
This way.
Okay, let's go ahead and toggle enemies off.
Return.
Let's take a look at her stats. As you can see, at level 1 she has 930 HP with a 1.94 regeneration. She can have up to 100 mana. Mana is Fury, which is gained by dealing and taking damage. She has an attack range of 1.5, attack speed of 1.25, and 38 damage at level 1. So go ahead and level her up.
Agreed. Choose a talent.
Okay. So, at level 30, she has 7,020 hit points with a 14.62 regeneration. All her other stats are the same. Her damage is now 241. Taking a look at her abilities, you start at level 1 with Warpaint, a variation on Vampire. Basic attacks heal you for 25% of the damage dealt. The general talent Vampiric Strike, or whatever it's called, heals for 15%. Block, another general talent, reduced damage. She also has Endless Fury, increasing her max Fury to 150, and Shout of Fury, a yell which allows her to gain Fury. I'll be honest, Warpaint is probably one of the best ones you go for. Endless Fury can be built into other things, but Warpaint, seriously. Seriously.
Choose a talent.
At level 4, she has Superiority and Focused Attacks, both general abilities. Boon of the Ancients. Hitting an enemy reduces Ancient Spear's cooldown by 5 seconds, down from 13. And Furious Blow. Seismic Slam deals increased damage. And it increases the damage by 50%, but it also increases the cost by 20, making it even more expensive than Whirlwind. Yeah, that's not worth it. Boon of the Ancients is really good. However, I've found that focused attacks seem to be really good for her, because she has enough health that she can stay in there and just keep smacking things. Normally I go with Boon of the Ancients, personally.
Choose a talent.
At level 7, you have Poison Spear, Shattering Ground, and Ferocious Healing. Ferocious Healing. Blah, blah, blah. Ferocious Healing is a variation on the healing talent that costs Fury and has a cooldown. It has an extremely fast cooldown compared to the other healing abilities, but it does cost Fury at the same time. Let's see if I can.
Get on with it. Choose a talent.
Okay, that works. Shattered Ground increases Seismic Slam damage to 100% damage. Normally I go with Poison Spear. Ancient Spear deals 50% damage over 4 seconds. But we'll go into that a little more later, I guess. Now, at level 10, we have Leap. Leap into the air, deal 380 damage, stun them for a second and a half. Pretty nice. At level 13, you have Composite Spear. Composite Spear? What? Increase the damage of the spear by 30%. We're not dealing with it, so we'll go on to something else. Wind Shear. Using Whirlwind removes all movement impairing effects and increases the amount you heal by 40% to a 70%. To 40%, not by 40%. From 30%. Dust Devil. Whirlwind creates tornadoes and do an additional amount of that do 25% damage. And Aftershock. Using Seismic Slam, temporarily reduces its Fury cost by 50%. This is nice if you're building into it. I'll be honest, I usually go to Composite Spear, because mixed with Poison, it also gives an additional 15%. But let's go ahead and try. We'll go Wind Shear.
Choose a talent.
Okay. No Escape. At level 16, increases movement speed abilities to 20% compared to 10. Remember, every time she uses an ability, she has 10 increased movement speed. Enduring Whirlwind. Whirlwind's duration lasts for 50% longer. Remember, this ability also heals you, so not bad. Mystical Spear. Ancient Spear pulls even if it misses, but you gain no Fury if it misses. You still gain Fury if it hits, if I remember right. We'll test that out next time. Imposing Presence and Stone Skin are both general talents. Let's go ahead and take Whirlwind, saying we already took a Whirlwind ability. And she starts with the Resurgence of Storm and Fury of Storm Storm abilities. And those are both general. And a Retreat. No, that's not a Retreat. I'm not going to pronounce that word properly. I'm not even going to try. You leave a crater. Basically, it turns your ult into Jarvan. You go from Pantheon to Jarvan. However, as you just saw, Sonya, you can literally, as Sonya, if you took the wind shear. Let's say my allies are running away, right? Well, trap the enemies in and block off some of them and get the hell out of there. Also, if you took the mystical spear, you could just spear the fuck out.
Done.
Okay, we have everything now, so let's test her in combat. We've taken a little bit of everything. Well, not ancient spears, but we got some shattering ground, so we do 480 damage to everything we hit with seismic slam. Whirlwind does a lot of damage, has a lot of time, and our big ults. And just like that. Reset forts against buildings. Do remember that she does heal, so if you can get into a corner or take down one of them already, using your whirlwind ability, just kind of get up in there and out-damage the tower. Okay. I think that's about all we need to show for this, so let's go ahead and reset level.
Agreed.
We'll bump up. This time, again, we're going to take War Paint because, seriously, why would you not take War Paint? Every time you punch somebody in the face, you gain 25% of that as damage, or as health. Why would you ever take anything else but that? Literally. Like, oh yeah, take 50% less damage, or punch the guy in the face twice and heal that much. Also remember, at level 30, she does have 241, so she has a pretty nice damage number. Okay, so we're going to take War Paint. This time we're going to work on the spear. Like, just the spear. The spear. Wrath of the Berserker. Gain 30% bonus damage to all basic attacks and abilities. Disabilities disabilities against you have a 50% reduced duration. This effect lasts for 10 seconds, and it's extended by 1 for every 4 fury gained while active. Which I'll show you a tiny little secret about that in a moment. So, we're going to take Wrath of Berserker. We're going to go with the Spear again, and the Spear again. All of our abilities now are in the Spear. Look at that. Hitting an enemy will reduce its cooldown by 5 seconds. It deals an additional 50% as poison. It also deals an additional, or it has an increased range of 30%. Earlier did I say that was damage? I feel really stupid if I said that was damage. And, even if it misses, however, let's double check this real quick. It still does gain Fury if you make contact. So, we're also going to take Anger Management. Wrath of the Berserker's duration is increased by 1 second for every 2 Fury gained. And the reduction of disabilities is 75%. Remember, it used to be 1 second for every 4. Now it's 1 second for every 2. So,
I've gained new
demonstrating that in combat. What you're going to want to do whenever you activate that is activate it before you go into combat. And literally, hook or spear yourself in. Spearing yourself in will give you 20 Fury. That's 10 extra seconds. Also, make sure you use this ability against towers. And hey, guess what? The cooldown was so short, I was actually able to spam that thing again while still in Fury mode. Yeah, literally. This ability can almost always be active. As you see, even against a strong opponent like Arthas, I'm just able to walk through him. Of course, as you're seeing, my build isn't actually doing as much damage to him as it was as the previous build, but this build's designed less to do ability damage, which is what was really hurting him last time, and designed more upon the idea of dealing, like, continuous overtime damage. And as like I was demonstrating, you can literally just stay in berserker mode all day. It's not even a thing. You just you get hit every time you get hit. You're gaining a second or two. One of the nice things about this is that you don't actually need to be low on Fury. You can just sit at 100%. Now, most of the time, I like to take lead. Because, well, 30% damage is great. But that's about all it is 30% damage. But you can obviously see the abilities. And again, this is another reason why would you take Endless Fury? Shout of Fury, I could totally see, because just imagine what 25 Fury would do to this thing. But, yeah, as you can see, Sonya is an extremely powerful character. And also, as you can see, once you hit max level, let's go ahead and toggle minions for a second. And let's let Wrath run out.
Agreed.
I'm healing for a lot from my Whirlwind, correct? But every time I punch this guy in the face, I'm gaining more. So it's kind of one of those, against minion waves, you might use Whirlwind. But, yeah, literally, there's no reason for me to use Whirlwind on people. I'll just punch him in the face. It does more damage. Whirlwind does 175 damage to him. A punch in the face does 240. Ways you can improve this, instead of taking Boon of the Ancient, maybe taking focused attacks. Let's see here. Yeah, that's about it. Honestly, Wrath of the Berserker, very limited in what it can do, but when it does what it does, it's overpowered. Lee, as you can saw, extremely utility. Extremely powerful. But it really depends. Do you want to have a permanent 30% bonus? Because if we look at those stats, 30% of 240 is 313. And it is literally permanent. Anyway, this was my Storm Talk on Sonya. I hope that it was informative and enjoyable. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's fun. She's a fun Diablo player to play. I kind of actually like all the Diablo players, I'll be completely honest. Nazeebo is my main, so... And now I'm going to feel really embarrassed if it's Nazeebo. But, anyway. I'm going to go ahead and leave you here, so have a nice day.